How to act like a CEO means knowing when and why you should hold back giving your feedback. I'm Steve Hart, Executive Coach. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 situations where you should deliberately hold back giving your feedback to your team. Let's start by taking a look at the first 4 situations. The thing to keep in mind here is all 4 of these situations are well in control of the leader. The first situation is never engage in giving feedback until you're in full possession of everything you need. By engaging in feedback without this information, you undermine your credibility as a leader, and it could go disastrously wrong for you. The second is to make sure you anticipate for and plan for the right time and place to give the feedback. If you don't do this, it can feel a bit like a drive-by. The manager or the leader coming in and just dumping his or her information on the candidate is really just very unfair and doesn't give the chance for you to give the right kind of condition for the feedback to be received. The third is to examine your own motives for the feedback that you're going to give. Are you really giving feedback because what you really prefer is somebody doing it your way? No, you want to make sure that if you're going to have somebody engaging with you in feedback, that you are tolerant to a possibility of many ways that this problem or situation can be resolved. The fourth situation is to make sure you have a possible solution to the situation before you engage in the feedback. It's very important that you give people a channel to see the possibilities of a new way of doing things. So you need to be prepared with a solution to the problem before you engage in the feedback. Now, let's shift our focus from the giving of the feedback to the recipient's point of view on the feedback. If the recipient of the feedback is in a highly emotional state or is vulnerable, that's not a good time to give them feedback. So let the situation cool down or calm down before you start to initiate giving feedback. And finally, when your recipient of the feedback is not in any way in control of the outcome. There's nothing worse than being given feedback from somebody in the hierarchy of the organization, but not being able to do anything about it. Which of the 6 situations I described are meaningful development for you? Write your comments below. I had a client once who felt it was his job as a leader to be constantly giving feedback to his people and his team. The problem is that it was so relentless that over time, they became almost immune to it. And eventually, his whole team conspired against him. They withheld information, they didn't share with one another, they just tuned him out. So it's really important that you pay attention to the conditions on which you're going to give feedback and understand how to read the culture correctly to make it happen. If you'd like to know how you can learn to grow and develop as a leader, take our 360. Schedule it below by clicking on the link. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.